Selamat tengah hari. Did I get it right? I spent, huh? What?
Tengah hari selamat, Bodasta.
Oh, I need to learn that. Now, let me take 1 second. I was born in a country called Sri Lanka, left when I was 10, and came here for 3 years. I studied at St. John's for my LCE. And then after that, I see you. Sorry, you missed the show. Oh, sorry. Star Wars. The last 25 years I have been in California, and since the age of 10 I have been on planes. And what I'm going to share with you, we only have an hour, right? We'll go a little bit beyond that. And I want you to, now, are you ready to have some fun?
Yes.
Second thing is we're also going to deal with some serious challenges, because this is a war. It's a war. Your business is a war. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Now, and I want you to please, at any point of time, I want this to be a discussion, right? Now, this I find everywhere I go, in many countries, right?
Yes.
And I think it's one of the most profound, this is one of the speeches he gave before he retired. And in it, there were these lines. Man, that is very, just think of it. Now, I landed about 3 years ago at the airport in Colombo, which you guys fly to. But the airport I had left was an old building. The airport that I came back to was a brand new building. Now, I'm in and out of that airport every week. So as soon as I walked in, the immigration guys waved to me. So I went to one guy there to get the passport stamp. I told him, beautiful building, isn't it? You know what his answer to me was? The same people, sir. I didn't sleep for 2 days, thinking about what mistake this simple man. So one of the things you have to do in your business, we're going to go more into it. You cannot, this is a war, you cannot have third-class mindsets. I see beautiful structures all over here. They're still building, isn't it? All over the place. So please, we can spend a lot of time on it, but we're going to run through, right? Now, here's the second one. This is the most important job you have today for the rest of your life. Read it carefully. There is only one thing we know today. The world as we knew it yesterday no longer exists. Just think about it, how frightening it is to be the chairman or a CEO of a company. No longer exists. The moment we step up, wake up tomorrow morning, it's a new world. We don't know who has attacked whom. Every organization, MAS, must redefine its purpose and reinvent it every day. You know what this means, right? Please, stop me at any point. Would all of you agree with this? It's a very scary world with tremendous opportunities. Keep this in mind and please put this on your desks. The world as we knew it yesterday no longer exists. What do I do? And before I forget, to summarize the primary purpose of human resources, and every company says our greatest asset is our people. Every speech. But to me the test is to walk down and talk to the janitor. Isn't it? Is to make sure that every one of these people belongs in the organization. We're going to get into that, right? You all understand this, okay? Do you have any question on this? Okay, now I'm going to play, there's a small video clip now which I'm going to show you. How many of you have heard of the most profitable Dunkin'? Are you from the United States? Canada. Close enough, they're the same. Yeah, okay.
I don't know if they're the same.
There is an airline which has been considered the most admired airline in the world, but definitely the most profitable airline in the world. 30 years in a row, it's called Southwest Airlines. How many of you have heard of it? How many of you know anything about it? How many have seen anything? So some of you, I don't know if you have seen this, but what you're going to look at is how this company operates. The only airline in the world to declare a profit after September 11th. Now we all know that your neighbor down the road, an hour from here in Singapore has been ranked #1, right? Because it flies globally. Southwest doesn't fly outside the US. But now, take a look at this and I want you to listen to every word.
You all know me, I run the show, but without your help, there'd be no love on the ground below or in the air above. You're truly my source of strength and pride, and I sure am glad you're on my side.
What a team, what a family, from the top to the bottom, we're a fun factory. The Southwest Shuffle is a simple little rhyme, says out the field all the time. Sure we work hard, but when all is said and done, the Southwest Airlines just plain fun. Shuffle fine, shuffle fine, shuffle fine, fine, shuffle fine, fine, shuffle just plain fun. Shuffle fine, shuffle fine, shuffle fine, fine, shuffle fine, fine, shuffle just plain fun. Fun, 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 Southwest Airlines just plain fun.
Did you enjoy that? Okay, now I'm going to give you, while I get my act together, 3 minutes. Take 3 minutes. You all have something to write on, okay? I want you to write down simply what you learned from it. Now, let me ask you a question before this. Was there anything wrong with these people? Were they crazy? No. Can you do it? Now, I know, I do a lot of, I'm on the visiting faculty of a lot of universities in California, and I teach, there's a course called Cross-Cultural Management in International Business. How do you lead and manage across cultures? I know there are constraints in the Malaysian culture, but nothing should stop you from having fun with it. I was in Singapore 2 years ago, Singapore Human Resource Institute. We had another show on this, on how you develop the corporate culture. And thanks to one guy who put up his hand and actually challenged 75 people, he said, why can't we in Singapore have fun? Right? So you got to I know there are cultural constraints, but can you do what they're doing at least to some point?
Yep.
Better,
Huh? Much better to me. Yeah.
you can dance Gangnam now.
Oh, yeah. This guy's a craze now.
Yeah, it's a latest craze, isn't it?
Is he coming to Malaysia?
I don't
He
know.
already is.
Now there's another guy from South Korea who takes his clothes off.
Oh,
Who's that guy?
Sai. Sai.
He was a gangster. Anyway, let's get serious now, okay? We're going to get to the serious side, but I want you to write down exactly what you think you can apply from what you saw to MAS and in your jobs. We're going to talk a lot about personal responsibility also, right? Tell me what you learned, just write down. What you learned, one lesson, and how it can be applied. Have you finished? Okay, I need some volunteers. We have to move fast, okay? And please, if you want me to slow down and stop at any point, tell me, okay? Volunteers here, what did you learn? And how can it be applied? Yes, sir.
You have to have passion in what you do. You can see that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really matter where and what department they are.
Yeah.
Because they are very clear in terms of doing that.
Yeah.
The video.
Yeah.
Everyone is important with different skill sets. That's also key because you can be in most menial job,
Yeah.
but without you, the airline cannot go on.
Yeah.
for example, those cleaners at the aircraft.
Mm.
If the aircraft is dirty, you probably have delays.
Mm.
And the last one that I have is actually, the idea is work is the vacation.
What's
work,
the?
Work is the vacation.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And that's why it is. That's why fun is.
Yes.
You only have fun when you have vacation.
Ah,
So that's why it is.
thank you. Anyone else, please? Come on, I need you to. Yes, sir.
So no one person is responsible for corporate culture. We all have to own it and be accountable.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you, yeah. Anyone else?
Everyone feels as though they are part of a big family.
Ah, there is another one which I have which is much longer, which analyzes all of this. Right? Where the employees say one thing, this is our second home. You see it, I think if you have time in the next 2 video clips. How important is what he said? Now, I'm not going to ask you whether you feel part of a family or not, but feel free, right? Now, I think second thing is, I think you are, I have read some of the stuff in the last, was it a Malaysian hospitality? A Malaysian business magazine, right? The chairman, managing director. And now is your new brand promise change is in the air? That's what I see on everything. Malaysian Airlines, is it? Change is in the air. That's the message being sent to the world. Is that right? They've taken on a huge task. We'll get to that now. I have a new book coming out which is on how you drive change in organizations across cultures. Most of the books on change have to do with the West, come from a Western perspective. And the biggest obstacle to change in any place is the local culture. Anyway, how do you get people moving? Anything else? And how do you bring about this change, not for 1 day or 2 days, that lasts a lifetime? Anyone else, please? What do you learn? Yeah.
Accountability and neutrality. Accountability of the work.
Okay. Now in certain cultures I find the word accountability is barely spoken. Right? People have been raised not to be accountable. In the Malaysian culture, is there accountability? From the time you're at home as a kid. And accountability comes along with responsibility. What do you think? Are people in this culture raised to fear accountability?